Well, hello, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're watching one of Foodie's newest videos.
Making the best Syrian food in Syria.
Um, is she actually going to cook this time or just cut one onion? I see they gave her a spoon to act like she's doing something, so. And in today's Society Spotlight, we welcome Janie Belanger. Welcome, Bibi. We're so happy to have you as part of the Skeleton Society. All right, let's see what we're in for today, shall we? Ozzy? I don't know how you say that, but. All right. Now, that looked like her normal basement area, and then she's in this kitchen. So, I think this almost confirms that where she was cooking before was like the upstairs, and she's in the basement of this building. But just a theory, of course.
Alright guys, to start this recipe of Syrian uzi, you can make it with chicken or meat. We are making it today with ground lamb. So we're going to take 1 kg of ground lamb and we're going to put it in a...
Seeing her at this angle, doesn't really look like she's lost any weight.
Big cooking pot, and we're going to cover that with some water after washing our hands, of course.
Dang,
So
those
just the
chins are
meat
chinning.
and just the water. The spices are going to come after. So because we're going to drain it. So yes, we're going to light the gas stove and we're going to let that cook until it is fully cooked. Put the lid on and let it go.
She looked off to the side there like, is that right? Did I
Fully
do it
cooked,
right?
Put the lid on and
Watch
let it
right
go.
here.
Okay. All right, now we are
Glad she's actually doing it herself this time, but I'm sure there's someone there coaching her.
going to take some basmati rice and we are going to fill a bowl. This is how we are measuring things. So I apologize, in this cooking video, we don't really have measurements that you could probably go by, but the general rule of thumb when making rice is 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. But it's important to wash and soak your rice as well. So we are going to let this rice soak for a little while, at least.
You think that she's ever made homemade rice, let alone washed it?
Half hour to 45 minutes or so. Now I'm grabbing a bag of frozen fresh peas from the freezer, and we're going to put some hot water on those. Let it defrost very quickly and just give them a little rinse. And then after I fill this bowl with water and rinse the peas, I'm going to drain them and just wash them off. If you see any little bits of peas that have kind of gotten bad, just pick them out. But I didn't see pretty much any of those in my case. So yeah, now we're
Looks like she's really conserving water there, just letting it run.
going to add them to another big cooking pot. And we are also going to be filling this pot with water, and we're just going to let those peas cook for a little while as well. And how you'll know they're done is, if they're tender. So you have to kind of try a bite of them, but you should be tasting your cooking as you're cooking anyway. That's a very important rule. So we're just going to come add this to the burner. Of course, I had help with filming and a few other things from my friend Noor here. So we're going to put that.
So it's Noor filming, not Sala? Well, okay, I guess if you think about it, traditionally, the women are probably in the kitchen, so maybe it's like taboo for him to be in there because there's other women. I don't know. I have no idea.
On high, medium high, put the lid on. Now we're going to grab some cucumbers. Grabbed about maybe 8 cucumbers or so, little ones, maybe 10. I don't know. Wash them individually. Make sure there's no dirt or anything bad
Now
or
I
gross
know what you're
on them.
thinking, but
Give them a
knock
good
it
rinse.
off.
And we're going to be making a kind of tzatziki. like a cucumber yogurt. It's very popular here to eat with rice dishes. So here we are. No, I have help from Nor because there's, it's quite a little task just dicing them.
Again, Nora's gonna cut all of them. Foodie will probably do one.
But very, very small. So you want the cucumber to be very, very, very small. And here we are just dicing those up for the yogurt.
Cutting cucumbers, yeah. You know what though? I bet that smells so good. I love the smell of cucumbers.
All right, and the peas are done. I did try one off camera, so we're just going to drain the peas. We are also draining the broth from the ground lamb, the ground meat.
I was about to say, this woman is very brave for letting Foodie have these hot liquids that they're pouring near them, but I see they switched off when they got the grease.
And that
obviously
broth
that's
is
water
going
too,
to get
but
used actually to cook inside of the rice to give it a lot of flavor. So here's the broth back in a pot, separated from the meat, and we're going to add 4 Maggi cubes, which is like a chicken bouillon. So I'm going to add 4 of those Maggis to the broth pot. Now I'm adding 2 small spoons of actual salt, some curry, and I'm being generous with the curry powder because I really love it and it gets used a lot here in recipes. So we're going to add a little bit of ginger. Ginger is strong, so not too much. And this is ground coriander, and we have some cinnamon. And cinnamon is also strong, but and here we have some capsa spice, which is like a spice mix. I put it up on screen on my last video, I believe. And we are going to add 2 big spoons, cooking spoons of oil to the broth, because that's going to get cooked, cooked in the rice. So we just add a bit of oil to that. And now we are going to drain.
just zoned out a little bit. Somebody in my comments was talking about how these meals are very calorically dense, a lot of oils, a lot of starches and different things. And they made a great point. It's probably because when you're living this way, you don't know when you're going to have your next meal. And not to say that this family here is in that exact situation, but it certainly could be the sentiment. They want to have very hearty meals because they aren't eating 3 square meals a day. They're not eating a lot of extras, so it makes sense. Now, does it make sense for Foodie to be eating like that? No, but it makes sense for an impoverished area to have these more calorically dense meals.
The rice, which has been soaking, and then we're going to add it to the broth. Now adding the peas to the meat mixture. We're going to add pretty much the same spices to the meat and peas as we did to the rice.
Something else I just thought about, if Sala isn't in there with them, how are they communicating? I forget if she said that Nor could speak English or not. I mean, maybe she does. I don't know. But unless Sala's there translating, I don't know how Foodie is even understanding the directions. do enjoy how ornate a lot of the things in this kitchen are. Not my personal
However, in
taste, but
addition to
it's
those
beautiful to
spices,
look at.
we are going to add 3 tablespoons of ghee to the meat and peas. And again, ghee is just clarified butter, basically. And then after that's all added in, we are just going to basically be stirring our life away. Well, we got to light the gas again, of course, and then we have to cook everything together, the spices, the meat, the peas, and the ghee. So just gonna let that all fry together and basically let that cook for a little bit. Make sure everything gets incorporated well. And the rice is boiling, so we're going to just add the lid to that and try the meat and peas. Again, taste your food. It is properly seasoned.
Sweating bullets.
It is delicious. Now Noor is going to peel the garlic for the cucumber. I guess we would refer to as tzatziki, but she's adding some garlic cloves and a spoon of salt. And then my job will be to pound out the garlic into like a very like a paste, basically. And I want you to watch how long this takes for me to do.
You know, she's not enjoying it because she has to stand. Foodie booty fighting for her life just to stand there. Yeah, yeah. Those minutes seem like hours, I'm sure. Yeah, yeah. Don't sweat into the garlic, bitch. I was gonna say whore, but... Alright, we get it. We get it. You can just see Sala watching this from the corner. Is that good enough? Please, for the love of God, let me stop.
So after arm day workout, we are going to light this pan of oil because we are going to garnish the uzi with some cashews and some raisins. So what you do is you fry them. And the raisins, we're using, looks like golden raisins here. You want to fry them until they change color and basically
very calorically dense.
So they're starting to do that here. The process takes about 3 to 4 minutes or so.
You know what though? God love her. I'll give her some credit. People, including me, were giving her shit for not doing any of the cooking, and here she is.
And then you want to move on to the
Wouldn't you want to have
cashews and
something
basically
underneath
just do this
that plate to like soak up some of the grease? Just my opinion.
same thing with the cashews. And can you tell when Salah is filming me because he's so tall that he can get like almost an aerial
Salah,
view
you're
of
so
what I'm
dreamy
doing?
and tall.
And here Noor is cutting up some veggies to garnish the dish with. And
her
she's
nails
going to
look
be
very
cutting
clean,
up
so
some
everyone can relax.
slices of green pepper, which I love a lot. And as you can see on the bottom right, we have some limes. So she's also going to cut up some lime, and she's going to cut up some cucumber and some tomato. All right, and now what we're going to do is add the yogurt to the bowl. We're going to mix everything together to make the yogurt sauce, yogurt cucumber sauce. And this is like, these are tubs of fresh yogurt we just got today at the at the store. Like this is fresh from today. So, and then we add the garlic as well. The garlic that took so long to pound out. And then we're
I
going
love
to
cucumber.
add
I love
two
garlic. I bet
spoons
this
of
is so
salt
good.
here and some mint. So this is dry mint, and it just really, really adds a really nice, refreshing flavor to the mixture. We ended up adding, after tasting, we ended up adding one more little spoon of salt and one more spoon of mint. So yeah, just be aware of that. We're going to give that a good mix, and then what we're going to do is just put them in these little bowls, these little dishes here, so that everyone can have their own little dish of yogurt sauce to go with the uzi. This was very delicious. I love this. I could probably eat this every day. It's just, it's a really, really good sauce. So here's all the dishes ready to go out. And here I am helping Nor. She's
The amount of bowls
guess we're
there, it
helping
kind of
each
gives
other,
us an
but we're
idea of how many
pouring the
people are
right.
in that house. What was that? 10 maybe? Oh, whoops, I went too far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn, I already lost count.
So here's all the dishes ready to go out.
1, 2, 3,
it's a
4,
really, really good sauce.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9 bowls.
So here's all the dishes ready to go out. And here I am helping Nor. She's, guess we're helping each other, but we're pouring the rice out on this big serving dish.
We get it. It's family style.
On one big dish, but we do have little plates on the side as well. So you kind of just take from the big dish and put on your plate. Just like that. So I'm going to spread all the rice out. And this is also for just like a really nice presentation as well. So then also we're going to now add the meat and peas on the rice. So I'm going to spread all of that out onto the rice. Make sure I get all the edges. I didn't know if 1 kg of meat was going to be enough, but it turned out to be way more than enough. There was so much leftover food. So
look at this trad wife.
To add the meat and peas here. Everything smells great, and everyone was so hungry by this point. And it actually wasn't too bad. It was pretty easy. I didn't think it would be, so easy to make, but it was pretty simple. Now we're adding just going to sprinkle the raisins basically all over the dish as
criticism.
Well. And
I don't like her bare hands touching it. I'm not saying she has to wear a glove, but you could have used like a spoon or something to spoon them on. Like,
yeah, so just give them good sprinkle all over. Don't miss any spots. Make sure everyone gets some. And then we're going to do pretty much the exact same thing with the cashews. And those cashews were freaking hot, I'm telling you. I think I burnt my fingers, but oh well. It tasted good. And now we're going to add the garnish. So Nora's basically just going to help direct me basically where to place them because I don't know. But anyway, yeah, the
this is gonna sound so hateful.
Doesn't that look
but
nice?
The way they're plating this kind of reminds me of another chef that we used to see on the channel that did things my way.
Tasty. Oh my goodness.
I get it. It's a family style. They're just doing it so everyone has a portion of each thing. I get it. I'll never say that again, I swear.
Here we are, Uzi, and here I am.
She's eating it
the final
in the ceiling
result for you guys.
position.
Give you a beauty bite.
Jesus.
And of course, it was so good. That lamb broth. I don't even like lamb, but cooked this way, it tastes so good. And honestly, the lamb broth in the rice was so.
I don't believe for a second that she was eating that in front of other people. Especially how she's sitting there. Imagine anybody else around her, like at a table, or if they sit on the floor, surrounding something. She's gonna sit like that. Okay, cool. I think honestly, this kind of shows that they are in the same household as the her apartment and those people upstairs. At least from my opinion, that's how I see it. So, All right, I think we are all caught up with Foodie Beauty. I thank everybody that's been coming into my lives that I've been doing here lately. A big thank you to Sherry for the gifted memberships. I think she's one of my top BBs for sure. Always doing the most. So thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate you. And thank you to each and every one of you for watching, for liking, for commenting, for subscribing. I do appreciate your support of my teeny tiny channel. Hi, Dad. Love you. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye. Guess what? We have merch now, BBs. So if you're interested, go ahead and check out the link in the description. Just basically made stuff that I myself want to wear. So if you like it, let's all sport our Ragebone pride together.